Hello, tubers, and I've forgotten his name. What's that idiot from Manchester called?
Scott.
Scott. Ah! Hello, Scott! Right, you join us back today. We've got a brand new battery with us. I personally still don't hold up much hopes for it starting first time, but I could be surprised because I still didn't think when we put that new pump on it, maybe there's a little bit of shit still in the fuel line, slowing it down, but it didn't, like, you know. So let's get that battery on. I'm not going to show you how to put a battery on. You must need to know it's positive first, negative last, always. And if you're not sure why, get back from them tools, dubbers. So let's get that battery on and go for first crank. Right then. First blood goes to me.
Sometime later.
I think before we kill the battery completely, let's just check we have got. It did bark, but let's just check we have got spark. Right then, guys. You might see we're in different clubber. We got pulled away the other day. We've just changed the coil for one that reads okay on a multimeter. So we're going to go for our first start. But fingers crossed, because it had a weak spark, then didn't seem to spark, and now is the moment of truth. Come on, cross your fingers, Dave. Oh, yeah. So, here goes. We fitted the coil, no brum brum spark as you'd probably seen. We did disturb this though, however, one moment. I may have got a bit excited the other week and started removing the alarm, but we have found a fuse blown. I'm gonna reattach that. We've only cut that today, but because we're now trying to take this alarm out thinking that maybe something's wrong. I'm going to quickly do a bit of double wiring on this and put the new 10 amp fuse back in there. Woo! And see if we get a spark. If we get a spark, we're definitely on the right way, because something's gone wrong since having a spark, not having a spark, and in between, this poxy alarm is the middle ground. Right then, guys, we've removed the alarm. You can probably see it just there. The wires have come through here. One's connected to your rear demister, one's connected to your fog. It goes all the way to the boot and just terminates, terminus on its own. Right. While I've been here, the radio's also connected off the fog light. Brilliant. I've no idea what these arseholes have been up to here. I'm going to quickly remove that. But I think what we've done is removed what we can of the alarm, reconnected stuff. Gonna replace the rotor arm because that looks shoddy. And then we'll go for another restart. Fingers crossed, I'm more confident now that we've found some issues and corrected them. Like I say, the state of this wiring. I mean, there is still some questionable stuff under this column, but we're getting rid of some excess wires from that alarm. Yeah, hopefully that and the rotor arm will fix majority of the issue and get us started.
GTA.
את הוואקום ל-MFA, אבל כל השאר אמור לעבוד אותו דבר. אז אני הולך לחבר את אלה, לראות אם נורת לחץ השמן אחת קבעה, וזה יעזור לי.
Just in case this works, we can't film and turn a screw, film again to see if we can get this started. We've been through a few things which we'll come back to, but we might have just got our spark back. This is the first start that we could potentially be confident in. So let's take a look.
Okay, hang on, let's just pause this a sec. So, these two are a right pair of film dubbers. They need to remember their promise and explain what they've been doing. They've tested the Hall sender with a known good one, and as you can see, there's 16 valve dizzy here on the scuttle panel. They're basically eliminating different parts to discover why they lost the spark. It turned out to be the ignition module. Do you remember it here? Completely covered in mud? Well, yeah, who'd have thought a wet, muddy ignition control module would cause any problems, eh?
What was that?
I don't know. As you can see, it is starting. Now we've just got to do something with that throttle. It's probably stuck on a little bit. If we can find an Allen key to remove the top of the filter housing, we'll have a look, see what's going on, see if it is jammed open a little bit. But we'll take that as a win for now. But we can't keep running it like that because the oil's been, well, it's been sat for so long, the oil won't be where it really ought to be. Right then, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. She's only running. Call me an engine whisperer. Nah, just call me a double and we'll have done with it. That don't sound too bad, do it? A little bit tappety, but then it's been sat a long time. Managed to get the air filter housing off and just make sure everything was freed off. And I've disconnected the throttle for a minute and I've wound her back. Yeah, running and idling, fantastic. Right then, give us a cheeky like, a sub for Scott, call him a dubber in the comments below, buy him a beer. Sod it. Put something in the PO box with my name on, Dubber Stew. Have a beer on us, not that bloody Mancunian numpty. Don't forget, guys, comment below what you think we've paid for this little project. It hasn't cost us anything really to get it up and running. We've just chucked parts on that we've got. It was just the electronic distributor ignition module, and away she went. Away she went. What a beauty. What do you reckon we paid for this? Tell us what you think below.